Can you guys hear me? Oh, alright, it looks like we're all good to go. Thank you guys all so much for stopping by. As always, my name is Eli. For those of you that don't know, Tuesdays and Thursdays are our Q&A sessions where I answer any and all of your guys' questions, Pokemon specifically related, but you can always ask me a question about anything. So, just want to give a shout out to a couple people that are here already. Tyrone, Codex, J Boost Keeper. Yeah, I'm ready for Silver Tempest too. Codex said, bro, it's a Vulpix. What's wrong with an Alolan Vulpix? It's an outstanding Pokemon. Well, it's not that I don't think it's an outstanding Pokemon. It's that it kind of throws me off because it's not like your standard fully evolved evolution. And that's kind of what it really threw me off. It's not necessarily that I'm like, that's such a lame Pokemon. It's more or less of, really? That's kind of the main chase, one of the main chases. So that's just kind of what I meant by that. But hopefully I did not offend anyone who is a Vulpix fan. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Silver Tempest at the end of the day. I think it's going to be a 6 set, so I have a lot of high hopes for it. But would you rather have a Cosmic B&B or sorry, Booster Box or 3 Evolving Skies? Well, it's a really tough question for you to ask because it really depends what you're going off of. If you're going off of like current prices of Evolving Skies, then I would probably say I'd go the route of, you know, Cosmic Eclipse, because at least we know that there's not going to be a reprint for that, and so prices, you know, will only go lower because of demand. Evolving Skies, prices can go lower because of demand as well as reprints, so that's kind of my personal opinion on that. I'd much rather pick that up, but of course, you know, if you can get a good price or a better price on Evolving Skies booster boxes, then what would be considered a good price on Cosmic, that changes it. Did you hear about the reprint for DN? DN? DN. D's nuts? Is that what that's supposed to mean? I don't know, DN. The toy distributor I started working with told me today they're working on selling the TCG. You might have some new comms. Oh yeah, that's so. Hey, Evolving Skies is back in normal prices again already. Well, yeah, right. Seriously. Get the 3 Evolving Skies bust to buy a popular set at its lowest point. Well, it's definitely not at its lowest point. But yeah, if it was at its lowest point, I'd say buy that all day. Tite, hey, what's up, Babe Cakes? Good afternoon. The market ate up the Evolving Skies booster box reprint, correct? We'll see that the same deal with the next ETB waves. I'll be interesting to see what that is going to truly look like, on like how much the prices are going to go down. So, you know, I'm hopeful we'll see a big old, you know, correction, but I could be 100% off base and not know what I'm talking about. So, as always, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Your thoughts and ideas on the Ditto? I thought it was pretty cool, but it wouldn't even be better if they had special cards inserted in packs of a lucky egg and you can peel it. Oh, that'd be cool. Like you'd have like egg type Pokemon. That'd be pretty sweet, actually. I think that's a pretty cool concept. If it survives, repeat this on another minute. Oh. Alolan Vulpix was a very important Pokemon for Sun and Moon anime since it connected Lily and overcoming her fears on Pokemon. I guess that is fair if you are talking about trying to go off of anime. I'm sure that's why they chose Alolan Vulpix. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, they kind of have to go that route, but... how do you like the new Scarlet and Violet Transformer Pokemon that turns into motorcycle planes? Personally, I like thought of collecting animals like creatures, not machines. Yeah, I'm definitely not, like, I'm not the biggest fan, if I'm being completely honest. I think that they could have, I don't know, this might sound dumb, but for me, I feel like I like traditional Pokemon to have at least a theme with being an animal, unless you're talking about some form of like an elemental power. And so just so like I kind of people understand what I mean by that is so like if you're a dragon type Pokemon, obviously dragons don't exist, but I feel like it's okay if your dragon Pokemon has like some form of an element, right? So like Arceus is the god Pokemon, like, and it's a dragon type technically. And you've got that's not true actually. It's a normal type that can change into whatever. Maybe that's a bad example. Palkia, you know, it's the Pokemon of space. Dialga, Pokemon of time. Zekrom, electric. Reshiram, fire. Like certain elements when you're talking about like dragon types, but if you're telling me that you're the like past and the future and it's like you're a bike and you're just like that is dumb to me that's how it's correlated. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan to say the least of that kind of idea, but I don't know, some people will probably disagree with me on that, but who knows. What were your thoughts on the Pokemon Live? Are you talking about the when you say the Pokemon Live, were you talking about like the Pokemon Present? Congrats on the Mixel. I appreciate that, Hash. Definitely glad to have some stress off my plate. My hope is it's not an actual Pokemon. It's a bike that they made to look like the Legends. I highly doubt it. I would. I think it's pretty full and transparent. Guys, don't forget the like, TT says. Yes, don't forget the like, guys. I appreciate it as always. But yeah, I don't know, man. See, I'm at the point now where I can sit here and I can complain as much as I want about the Pokemon designs, but at the end of the day, I think the concept and innovation of the game is what's more important. Although I think that Crystal Pokemon look dumb as all could get out, I think it's a good thing that we're getting more co-op and then also free play with it being a full-on like open world game. I think that's good. Pokemon developed by Michelin tires. That'd be the funniest thing if that was like sponsors. Sponsored by Michelin tires. I hope some actual motorcycles made the IRL. I'm not a fan of the terrestrial hats. I would like to see Legends Arceus open world concept and battle system. Yeah, I like that. I like the open world aspect. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the Arceus. I mean, the Arceus battle system's cool, I guess. I feel like for me, what really I would say my biggest issue with Arceus is one, the graphics could have been better, but I mean, I guess they're doing their best for putting it on a Switch. And then two, it was a very grindy game. Like the star system kind of pissed me off the most. And then three, the plot was not a plot that I could really fall in love with. And that's kind of my problem with most of like the Pokemon games these days, is the plot is very cut and paste. Like, sure, like it's slightly different each time around, but you haven't really had an innovative plot line, in my opinion, since Gen 5. I think Gen 5 by far had the best plot line of any of the games. I think it was the best, but I think it was the last good one they made. I don't know. Maybe people will disagree with me. It's not necessarily... Yeah, I hated the plotline for Sword and Shield. It was so dumb to me. Crystal Pokemon could be cool. People like shiny, but Chandelure coming out of Pokemon's head is a bit odd if people like... That's exactly what I was saying, John. I love Crystal Pokemon. Like when I think of Crystal Onyx from the anime, or I think some of the Crystal cards, I think they're cool. But when you think about like the fact that it has a weird crystal thing on the head, I just hate it. I just wish they made the games hard. Yeah, I agree with that too. You haven't had a hard game since... realistically, Gen 4. Gen 5 wasn't even that hard, but it at least was more difficult than after 3DS era. 3DS era was just a cakewalk. The battle system for Arceus was cool, but it didn't feel like Pokemon. Yeah, I can understand that feeling. It's because it was too grindy, man. It was too grindy, and I didn't like Outbreaks as a shiny concept. I thought it made shinies too easy, and I don't like that. They're trying to make shinies easy for the purpose of, you know, people wanting shinies, and that kind of takes away from what made like shiny hunting fun. Is shiny hunting was great because you had such a low chance of being able to like get shinies, and nowadays it's like Nowadays, it's super easy. Like, it's not as rewarding, you know? Even when it's very Pokemon, if that makes sense. I get what you're saying. I love just walking around from fights from Arceus. Yeah, I know. That's actually nice, too. It's a good feeling not have to be stuck in a battle. Kenny Zhang, if you want to just look up PokemartUSA.com, you can find our store. Gen 5 and 7 have the best plotline. See, and it's funny you say that, Raheem, because I never played Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon to this day is the only Pokemon game I've never played. So I passed it because I thought it looked dumb. Shinies are too easy, says the guy who hacked the game for it. Okay, well that's different though, because that's a Gen 4 game. So I'm talking about standard games. Thank you very much, good sir. Like when you're talking about Arceus, where the odds are actually pretty easy, versus I played Heart Gold and I figured a way to get a secret ID that's manipulated the coding. That's completely different. In terms of collecting general, variants are a super huge thing. Do you think in the video game they would add another variant of Pokemon outside of shiny form for rarity? Wow, that's a great question, Digi. I would definitely love that. I think that was a missed opportunity, honestly, with the shinies. Or sorry, with the crystal Pokemon. That would be such a sick concept for crystal variety. That'd be so cool. Renegade Platinum with the following mod. Raheem. No, I have Heart Gold Soul Silver, Raheem, and I don't know if you know, but like there's like a shiny charm or oh god, how am I forgetting what it's called? It's like when you have like a Clefairy or a Jigglypuff and it has Cute Charm, not Shiny Charm, Cute Charm, and it interacts with a certain secret ID that allows it so that shinies are 1 in 5. Really didn't mind the grind. I have 500 hours in every single Pokemon game made. It just comes to a point where it's all the same. XY is the best villain and Fire Red had the best difficulty level. Fire Red had the best difficulty level. I would say for me, Diamond and Pearl had the best difficulty level. It was hard as crap. It was so tough. Fire Red was definitely a good difficulty level. So I guess if you're going from more like a balanced perspective, it was like hard but not too hard. So I guess that's fair. So you know, yeah. So but I can tell you, fighting Cynthia was holy crap difficult. Evolving Sky set a high bar for Scarlet and Violet to get over. Will be interesting. Yeah, I gotta imagine they'll have something good. Eli stream Renegade Platinum Nuzlocke. I used to, when I first started this channel, like, and I first started streaming, I would just like do like den raids and just sit there and just play because it was something for me to do. Well, do you guys want me to stream video games? Because if that's something you guys genuinely care about, I would totally look into streaming video games. My question is, would you prefer that I stream video games while I'm doing the Q&As, or would you prefer that I do it at a separate time? Because, like, for example, one of the games I've been playing a lot recently is I've been playing, like, Hearthstone. And it's one of these things where I'll just sit and, like, work and play Hearthstone because it's a game where I can, like, play it while I, like, sort cards. But if it's one of those things where you guys want me to, like, watch me play games and then still have Q&As, like, I could totally do something like that. If that would be interest to you, especially considering too with like a game like Hearthstone, there's a decent following and I'm really good at the game, so I know that I would, if I had people on Twitch follow me, I could kind of rise up the ranks faster and then have people watch me with Pokemon. But I don't know, I don't know if that's a good mishmash, but if there's a certain game you want me to play, what do you think of what do you think the new TCG mechanics are gonna be? Oh god, I gotta imagine it has something to do with certain. This is the first thing that went to my head, John Boy, when I thought about it. Was I immediately was like, I wonder if instead of like V-Star cards, what they're gonna have is they're gonna have like Terra cards, and they're gonna be of each, and they're kind of gonna be like energies, where there's a different like, you know, Terra type. And you attach that to your Pokemon, and then it becomes that type. And so it like still requires the energies that it needs to attack, but it changes like weakness types. Because if you think about something like that as a concept, that would be mind-boggling for the TCG player game. Because then you will like be able to counter queue other people's decks by straight up just changing types, which I could be wrong. There could be a different implementation, but I think that'd be kind of a interesting concept. The next gen of Pokemon is going to be searching for that One Piece and Pokemon Devil for their ability. That's definitely what I'm wondering, dude. You gotta wonder if that's it. People are saying the new game has open world multiplayer co-op, which is cool though. No, I 100% agree, John. That's the two takeaways I like from it. It's gonna be open world and it's gonna have co-op. I think that's huge for the games, and I think that's a really good step in the right direction. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back is what I think. But the 1 step back is just like a lack of innovation in certain aspects of like the general basis of the game, but from like the Pokemon concept game itself, they're doing good by continuously like evolving with that, right? Because like before, you know, if you really think about it, it was very cut and paste up until like, you know, Gen 7, and then they were like, we're no longer doing gym leaders, and then it was like, really, that's your kind of new innovation? Like, that's not that cool. And then of course it got better with Sword and Shield, where they had the wild area, which I think was a really cool concept. I really liked it. I wish they did more with that. Arceus tried pushing for more open world. Obviously, my discrepancy with the star system, but I think from what it sounds like, this is going to fix the star system. So it's continuously evolving and getting better and better, which is what we'd like to see. A co-op is obviously going to be good. My only issue so far is Nintendo obviously has terrible online servers, so I gotta imagine what that looks like. It's not going to be pretty. I guess I'll come out with another Sky set. Revolving Skies next. Best S&V set. That's funny. Revolving Skies. What happened? Renegade Platinum's a harder modded version of Platinum Pokemon. Yeah, no, I definitely know that, Raheem. I've heard of all the names. I've seen like some people Nuzlocke them, like Kyber or oh my god, what's it called? Emerald Kaiser, I think is what it's called. Yeah, I've seen like all the different mods and different, just because I like to watch people play them. It's fun. I'm a huge fan of which he doesn't really do necessarily, like different Nuzlocke game types. Sometimes he does, but I like Smalland. I think he's got great content. I think to balance the game with super tier evolutions, Terrestrial will be balanced out with having pre-equip an item to pre-evolve VMAX or V-Star. That'd be interesting. They do have an insert number of cards, and boom, stinks. Stream wrong hacks, stonks. I feel like equipping an item to VMAX or V-Star making the numbers too hard to reach for single prizes. They will make the first set bad, bring down the expectations, they can shatter them. We want you to stream Pixelmon. Do you have English Lost Abyss packs? Lost Origins? I do, Kenny. So we have break packs, and then we have booster boxes on our site currently. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go onto our site and check out the booster boxes or the break packs. I never looked, but wonder if video game competitive scene would get so big that people would be selling perfect IV EV Pokemon on eBay. I mean, you can do that for free. I don't see why they would do that. Because you can do it for free, or if you want to. It's not that hard to get a perfect EV IV Pokemon nowadays. They especially made it easier with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. They need sets like line. You can go down the Pokemon Breeder line, Gym Challenge line, Pageant line, show lines and games would be cool. Alright, so, but you guys need to answer my question though. Would you prefer that I would do like, I play games through the Q&As, or would you guys prefer that I create like a separate stream for it? How many Charizards do you think will be printed in the next block? Well, what has history told us? History has told us that for block sets, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 from Sword and Shield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, if we're just saying from sets, because I only want to count sets. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I gotta imagine You know, this is the most overprinted Charizard set. So I'm gonna say a safe like over under is probably 5. I'm gonna say that. We will settle for a 4-hour stream, 2-hour Q&A, 2 hours gaming. Yeah, if I had time for that. I would try out maybe Thursday streams to be a Q&A and stream. Okay. Yeah, for sure. So you're saying today? Hi. Wow, what's up, Moore? How we doing, brother? Hopefully all is well with you. Renegade Platinum. Renegade Platinum, eh? Renegade Platinum. Download. Do I have to watch a video to be able to do one of these? Is it like one of these download ones? Okay, I see the details, but where's the download? I see download guide. I can send you the file. Okay, yeah, send me the file, Raheem. That'd be great. John Boy. Pixelmon, what the heck? Well, I want to try with Renegade Platinum and see what that's like first. 2010s, do you think there's any other IPs that could hit Pokemon level of nostalgia in the future? When you say IPs, I assume you're referencing intellectual property. Is that what you mean? In the 2010s, do you think there are any other IPs that could hit Pokemon level of nostalgia in the future? In the 2010s, well, obviously we've seen a huge nostalgia hit from XY era, so I mean, I guess Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I mean, you're talking about real nostalgia with this era. It's Gen 2. You could see a rebirth of that, but I mean, I think honestly, Digi, it's them reintroducing remakes is kind of what I've noticed. Moonbreon with a Chandelure on its head, that's the Grail card. John Doe. That'd be so funny. They reprint Evolving Skies, but just put crystals on their heads. Since Comic-Con, I've been deep diving into comics again, and the landscape has changed drastically since a decade ago. That reminds me, I know that I have some friends that are asking me to go to Comic-Con this year because it's going to be in Portland. I might actually go to that if anyone's interested. I haven't officially booked yet, but I know that it's going to be September 9th is when the first Comic-Con's date's gonna happen. So I haven't looked at tickets, so, but obviously I'll be in Arizona at that time, but I'd probably still, you know, fly out. But I don't know. Thought it'd be fun to go. Yes, intellectual property. Yeah, no, like I said, probably the Gen 2 stuff I already guessed. What do you think Pokemon has done well with upholding their brand? No, there's still this to continue upholding it. What have they done well with their brand? I think that they've been really good at focusing on the players. That's what I think they've done a good job, but also not neglecting the artist. And that's specifically like Japan. I mean, Japan is they just know what they're doing. English, obviously, I have a little bit of issue with in regards to I wish they had more promos, but I mean, you know, if you're really looking at it from the perspective of innovation for continuously pushing games, continuously trying to make TCG more playable for people to come in, like, I think they've done a good job with that. Caught COVID from Comic-Con. Comnicron, so I'm reconsidering future cons again. I mean, I got Omicron. It depends on what you're kind of like, if you have pre-existing conditions, what your health is and everything. Because like for me, when I got it, it was like I just had a cough and that was kind of it. 2010 IP, maybe Roblox and Fortnite stuff. Oh, that's funny. Oh, are you talking about nostalgia from Pokemon? Because I think that's what he was referencing. Oh, you're saying what other things could have nostalgia? Oh, I get what you're saying. I now just understood what you meant. I didn't realize you were talking about IPs from specific other games. I thought you meant IPs within Pokemon. Okay, that makes more sense. 2010s? Oh, gosh. Well, I can tell you that I'm already nostalgic of early YouTube, so that's something for sure. Early YouTube is extremely nostalgic to me. Black Ops 2 is something that is also extremely nostalgic to me. If we're talking video games, like Call of Duty Zombies. What else was during that time? Halo Reach. Halo Reach was another one that was super nostalgic to me. What other games were super nostalgic during that time? Yeah, I would go with Minecraft. Skyrim was also super nostalgic during that time. 2011 game. Game of the year, let alone. What else? What else was nostalgic during that time? Those are kind of the main things I think about. If we're talking early 2010s, like 210 to 12, it was very much Halo, Call of Duty, Skyrim, Minecraft were like the big games and the ones that I played, and then watching like Smosh when they were like super popular when I was a kid. I was a huge Smosh fan. I also listened to Rhett and Link with Good Mythical Morning. I listened to them a lot when I was a kid. And then there's a lot of other like YouTube content creators during that time. Gears of War, that's another one. Counter-Strike on PC was my game back in the day. Well, what's back in the day? Grand Theft Auto to now? Oh yeah, I guess you can go GTA 4. I think Fortnite cards are a good thing to prospect over. Kids playing will grow up and buy. I don't know. That's a good one, John. That's a good one to really think about. Yo, Raheem, are you going to send me the file, by the way? Because I'm down to play it right now while we talk. I can download it and then play it. I don't know, Fortnite cards? I mean, that's an interesting concept. That's an interesting one. Power Rangers is huge before Pokemon came along. Yeah, but Power Rangers was not early 2010s. Power Rangers was like mid 2000s. Man, I didn't remember CSGO being that popular in the early 2010s. That was not like one of the top games. As far as I know, I felt like it picked up relevancy near like 2015, 2016. Canadians are getting especially delivered Charizard codes right now. That's pretty cool, Danny. Where's mine? What the heck, man? I want my Charizard. Where's my Charizard, bro? I'm a perfect Dark 64 and Resident Evil player. Oh, that also reminds me. Does anyone remember Left 4 Dead? Oh, wow. That game's nostalgic, too. God, you know what's really annoying, guys? So, thanks to California, we've had fires kind of brush over into Oregon. And I have an AC in my room, and I had to turn it off because it's blowing smoke into it. It's been fun. It's been a fun time, to say the least. You've never been. I can send the file. Do you have an emulator, or do you just need the main file? I should have an emulator, if I'm correct. I'm pretty certain. Well, I used to have an emulator for Platinum, so if that's sufficient. Power Rangers still going on to this day. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite Power Rangers was they had one which hilariously was like Pokemon. It was very much like, it was like Power Rangers Jungle. And you could like catch certain like jungle creatures that would attach to your Power Ranger. It's like Jungle Forces or something. Jungle Fury. Is that it? I think it was Jungle Fury. I could be wrong, but that's the one that sounds... Well, that's the bad guys. That's the bad guys. I want to say it was Jungle Fury. What's up, Travy Trav? What do you think of sealed games? I've been thinking of picking up sealed copies of BOTW. I think they're cool to own. I definitely want to own a sealed platinum. I think that'd be really cool. How about StarCraft? StarCraft, yeah. 32 grew up on Diablo 2, CS, and StarCraft. Dang, dude, you're playing all the comp games. I will blame Northern California. We chill here in the Bay Area. SoCal is chilling too. Gosh dang it, North Cals. Star Wars. But Star Wars, I mean, I guess for me, Star Wars, I think of like Battlefront 2. But I think of that like middle 2000s to late 2000s. As for Power Rangers comics, I've been hunting Peachmon Momoko covers because they're cool. Wild Force, is that what it's called? You know, it's really hard to know, man. Yeah, Wild Force. Wild Force is it. 100%. Because, like, with Wild Force, you could have certain, like, of the, you know, wild Power Rangers that would transform into, like, your Power Ranger parts. So funny looking at the animation back then and thinking about how cool it was as a kid versus now. Wild Force, thank you. Someone knows it. Of course you guys all know it. That's so funny. I'm spectating on Initial D becoming big again when the new anime MF Ghost drops. Get your copies of Oregon Trails to hold long term for sure. Remember Beast Wars? I don't think so. I don't know if I remember Beast Wars. Alright, Renegade Google Docs scan drive. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. I do not remember Beast Wars. In regards to Power Rangers, I wasn't really allowed to watch that much as a kid. Could not open Renegade because it's either non-supported file type or the file has been damaged. For example, it sent as an email attachment and wasn't correctly decoded. To create Adobe PDF comments, go to source applications and print the document form. Anyone have any suggestions? Or am I going to have to watch a YouTube video later? Ghost manga. Man, people are talking smack already. Doesn't hold a candle ID. Too expensive. Anime could be dark. Star Wars Galaxy cards are kind of rad. I do like Star Wars Galaxy cards. I do think they're cool. Hey, Arceus V Gold Secret PSA 10 bought for £120. Good or bad? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's go to eBay. Was it a good purchase? Drumroll, everyone. All right, recent auction, $100, 105. You do live in the UK, so it is a little bit more expensive. 120. Ha. I gotta say it's like you overpaid a little. That's what I would say. You overpaid a little. It's not the end of the world, but that's not how you open it. Open your emulator. Okay. So I have my emulator. So this is what I have. I have this. Jason says, when you move to Arizona, your store will have sales tax, right? Sadly, it will. I will now have to start charging 5%. Which, I mean, it's not like a big amount, but it's enough. But the thing that will not change, Jason, is if you message me via friends and family or gifts and services. Well, I don't know how it is on gifts and services, but all I can say is that I am going to find other ways to beat around that for people that want to message me privately. I'm always going to do that, though. That's how I've always been. Hearthstone still... but yeah, I have the DS RAR opened. So let me know about that one. If there's anything else, if you want to give me further instructions, Raheem. I heard Sword and Shield games were the best sellers since the original Red and Blue. Is that true? Making by... Yes, they were, but John, the reason why was because of the fact that of COVID, everyone was locked up, so people were finding things to do, so they bought the newest Pokemon game. But yeah, it's possible they could have future nostalgia for that reason. Well, some of them were not auctions, Eden. Some were just buy now for 120 cash. But obviously I know things are a little bit more expensive over in the UK when you're buying pounds, but you know, so I don't know what it's like over in your market. I guess we go eBay UK. Like, even then, let's just take a look and see what it's like over in the UK. Obviously, things are cheaper over here in the States. Ooh, holy crap, bro. Oh, but look. You can buy a 10 right now. 99 plus 13.47. Yeah, you definitely overpaid, my guy. You can go buy it right now for cheaper. Make a new folder and extract this file into the folder. Animal Crossing seal, that's funny. Harry Potter's pretty huge too. Big community with lots of money. Oh yeah, Harry Potter could be big. Okay, so you're saying make a new folder and extract the file into the folder? So do I take this and extract it somehow? Or how am I supposed to do this necessarily? I'm a goober. I apologize. Because right now, right, we'll take the RAR out of it. I have this. Is there something specifically you're wanting me to click? I can always watch a tutorial if I really needed to right here in front of everyone. Did you get the delivery code for Charizard? Came out today. It looks like people from the north got it. Well, I am... Well, I'm not... You're talking about like Canadians? Because that's what someone else said. I did not get mine. Darn lucky Canadians, though. Fact that Harry Potter TCG came out with the player made set last year's definitely say something, being that it's been dead TCG since 2003 or 4. Yeah, it's because the thing is, highlight everything and click extract to. Okay. Step by step, Raheem. Well, I think the problem is, Kevin, and this is just my personal opinion, they are they're trying to, and I could be off with this, but if we look at like Harry Potter trading cards, I think that the problem with Harry Potter trading cards is the way they were is like the designs of them. It focuses more on like a card playable game. And I don't think that the fans really care that much about it. I think the fans probably care more about collectability aspect. I could be off base with that, but that's kind of what my thoughts would be as to why. So they should have made it more collectible. New folder, name it, and then click new folder. Name it, I'll say Renegade. Or you can just extract it as is and it will go to your downloads folder. Okay, so I just did that. And now I download. Now will it work? Let's find out. No, it's not. Alright, so I clicked create new folder like you told me to. And then do I open Renegade? File folder. Okay, so I opened the folder. I looked up Renegade and that's what came up. It's for people that still want to play. The art on fan made set is sick. Look it up, Harry Potter TCG Revival. Open the Renegade folder. Oh wait, I already read that once. Maybe a little, but shilling their collections, I'm sure. Click Desmond 64. Okay. Boom, it has been clicked. Looks like we're getting progress. We are making progress, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy to me how little Pokemon news we've realistically had this summer. Like, when you think of, like, product reprints and a lot going on with Pokemon, it's been pretty slow. I'm gonna have the best Pixelmon team, John Boy says. That's so funny. Well, I can already tell you that based on our viewer drop, that people probably are not as interested as they would be if we were talking about Pokemon instead. But also, no one's asking real questions about it. On the top right of the emulator, click File, Open ROM. Open ROM, then click whatever the Renegade Platinum NDS file is.